Good morning, students. Today, myself Archana Upadhyay telling you your grammar portion, and that I'm discussing subject verb agreement. As we can say, subject verb agreement means the verb must agree with subject. Means subject must agree with verb and verb must agree with subject in number for a sentence. Even though grammar can be bit quirky from time to time, there are 20 rules of subject verb agreement. Okay, as you know, there are changes continuously in English. So, but still there are 20 rules we can keep in mind and follow to make our sentences impressive. For example, suppose they are fun or they is fun. They is plural, you have to plural form of the verb are. Means we have to keep in mind that suppose the subject is singular, we should use singular verb. Suppose you are using present indefinite tense and our subject is singular, then we'll have to use as or es in the verb. In other tenses, suppose in present continuous, suppose our subject is he. He is singular subject and we'll have to opt is out of is rm. And when our subject is plural, then we have to use plural subject. And now I'm telling you some rules of subject verb agreement. There are 20 rules I have discussed, and now you will see them. As we know, 20 may seem like a lot of rules for one subject, but you will quickly notice one ties into the next. In the end, it will all make sense. So, first of all, we discuss rule number 1. Subject and verb must agree in number. This is the cornerstone rule that forms the background of the concept. Here we see the dog growls when he is angry. Dog is singular and it is present indefinite tense. That's why growls verb is used. As is used in verb growl. And in second sentence, the dogs is plural, and that's why we are using growl when they are angry. They is also plural, and here we are using are. Now we come to rule number 2. Subordinate clause that come between the subject and verb don't affect their agreement. Now, rule number 3. Prepositional phrase between the subject and verb usually don't affect agreement. Here we are using the colors of the rainbow, because we are talking about colors, not about single color. That's why we are using are. So, the colors of the rainbow are beautiful. When sentences started with there or here, the subject will always be placed after the verb. Like, there is a problem with the balance sheet. Balance sheet is our subject and it is used after the verb. And in second sentence, here are the papers you requested. Request is verb and that it is used after our papers. Now next rule number 5, subject don't always come before verbs in questions. Make sure you accurately identify the subject before deciding on the proper verb form to use. Means we should use proper form of verbs also. Where are the pieces of this puzzle? It is not compulsory that we should always use subject before verb. Sometimes we have to use subject after verb. Most of the time in interrogative sentences. Now we come to rule number 6 and it is if two subjects are joined by and, they typically require a plural verb form. Okay, if we are having and between two subjects, then we use plural form of verb. The cow and the pig. One subject is cow, another is pig. That's why these are both two, and that's why we are using are. So the cow and the pig are jumping over the moon. Next rule is the verb is singular if the two subjects separated by and refer to the same person or thing as a whole. Okay, so red beans and rice is my mom's favorite dish. Means there are red beans and rice. It is the one thing is used as a whole. That's why it is my favorite dish. We are using is because red beans and rice and pulse, dal, chawal, it is considered as one. That's why we are using singular verb in it. Thank you.